Schools of philosophy. Idealism. This philosophical approach posits that reality is fundamentally mental or immaterial. Idealists believe that the mind or consciousness is the primary source of knowledge and reality, emphasizing the importance of ideas and ideals. Pragmatism. Pragmatism focuses on the practical application of ideas and the consequences of actions as a basis for meaning and truth. It suggests that beliefs should be evaluated based on their practical outcome and usefulness in real life situations. Naturalism. Naturalism is the belief that everything arises from natural properties and causes, and supernatural or spiritual explanations and are excluded. It emphasizes the study of the natural world and relies on empirical evidence and scientific methods. Realism. Next is naturalism. Realism. Next is realism. Realism asserts that reality exists independent of observers and that the world can be understood through observation and reason. It emphasizes the existence of an objective reality that can be known and described. Existentialism. This philosophy explores individual existence, freedom, and choice. Existentialists believe that individuals create their own meaning and essence through their actions and decisions, often grappling with themes of absurdity and alienation. Next is humanism. Humanism emphasizes the value and agency of human beings, focusing on human needs, experiences, and rationality. It often advocates for a secular approach to ethics and emphasizes the importance of human welfare and happiness. These schools of thought represent a wide array of perspectives on knowledge, existence, and ethics, each contributing uniquely to philosophical discourse. Idealism. Idealism is a philosophical stance that emphasizes the importance of the mind and ideas over material objects. It derives its name from the term ideal, which refers to concepts and notions that exist in the mind. Idealism derived from ideal and idea. Idealism is a philosophy which adheres to the view that nothing exists except an idea in the mind of a man. Key concepts of idealism. Primacy of ideas. Idealism posits that the fundamental nature of reality consists of ideas, thoughts, and mental constructs. In this view, what we perceive as reality is shaped by our mental process. Key concept number 1, primacy of ideas. Number 2, reality as mental. According to idealists, nothing exists independently of the mind. The material world is seen as a manifestation or representation of ideas. Therefore, the essence of reality is rooted in mental phenomena rather than physical entities. Number 3, physical influences. Plato, one of the most influential figures of idealism, is Plato, who introduced the concept of forms or ideas. He argued that material world is an imperfect reflection of a higher ray of perfect ideas. Berkeley, George Berkeley further developed idealism by asserting that objects only exist as they are perceived. He famously stated, "To be is to be perceived." Subjective experience. Idealism emphasizes the individual's subjective experience. Each person interprets the world through their own thoughts and perceptions, leading to a unique understanding of reality. Critique of materialism. Idealism stands in contrast to materialism, which asserts that physical matter is the primary substance of reality. Idealists critique materialism for neglecting the significance of thought, consciousness, and ethical values. Idealism plays a crucial role in various fields, including philosophy, education, and spirituality, as it encourages individuals to strive for higher ideals and values. By prioritizing the mental and conceptual, idealism fosters a deeper understanding of existence that transcends mere. This philosophical approach invites people to explore the nature of reality through introspection and the pursuit of knowledge. Naturalism. Naturalism is opposed to idealism. It subordinated mind to matter and hold that ultimate reality is physical, not spiritual. Naturalism is a philosophical viewpoint that emphasizes everything arises from natural causes and laws with no supernatural or spiritual elements involved. In this perspective, reality is fundamentally physical, governed by natural laws, and best understood through observation and scientific methods. Naturalism contrasts with idealism, which often posits that reality is rooted in mental or spiritual substances, while idealism holds that mind or consciousness is primary. Naturalism suggests that all mental states, consciousness, and behaviors can be fully explained through physical processes in the brain and body. In literature and art, naturalism also refers to a movement that depicts life as it is, often focusing on the harsher realities of life and highlighting the influence of environment and heredity on individuals rather than portraying idealist or romanticized version of reality. Pragmatism. Pragmatism is derived from Greek word pragma, which means action. Pragmatism is a philosophy that assesses the truth or value of ideas based on their practical effects and outcomes. Originating from the Greek word pragma, meaning action or deed, pragmatism emphasizes that ideas should be evaluated by their effectiveness and utility in real world situations rather than by abstract principles. According to pragmatist view, a concept or belief is only considered true if it proves to be useful and produce a satisfactory result when applied. This approach to truth contrasts with theories that emphasize consistency with established principles or theories. Realism. Realism regards the physical world as real, and this real, factual, and practical life is more important than any other things. Realism is a philosophical approach that emphasizes the existence of a reality independent of human thoughts, perceptions, or beliefs. In realism, the physical world is seen as objective, real, and not merely a construct of the mind. Realists assert that the external world exists regardless of whether it is observed or understood by human consciousness. In this view, the material world, with its fact and tangible elements, hold greater importance than abstract concepts, idealizations, or supernatural beliefs. Realism encourages a grounded, practical approach to understanding life, often focusing on direct experience, observation, and empirical evidence. In literature and art, realism similarly prioritizes the depiction of life as it is without embellishment or idealization. Realist writers and artists often focus on ordinary life, capturing the complexities of everyday experiences and the influence of social and environmental factors on individuals. Philosophers Edgar S. Brightman highlighted this by describing pragmatism as a theory that tests truth according to practical consequences. Pragmatists argue that ideas are tools for navigating the world and their value lies in their ability to solve problems, adapt to change, and improve human experiences. Exponents. First, naturalism. This is the belief that everything arises from natural properties and causes, and supernatural or spiritual explanations are excluded. It emphasizes science and the natural world. Number 1. Democritus, an ancient Greek philosopher known for his atomic theory of the universe, which posits that everything is composed of small, invisible particle called atom. Pragmatism, a philosophical tradition that considers thought to be a tool for prediction, problem solving, and action. It values practical consequences and real world applications of ideas often associated with William James and John Dewey. Peirce, an American philosopher known as the father of pragmatism, who emphasized the importance of logic and semiotics in understanding human thought. Charles Sanders Peirce. Next, idealism, a philosophy that asserts that reality is mentally constructed or immaterial. Idealists believe that the mind plays a critical role in shaping the world, often associated with figures like Plato and Berkeley. Socrates, a classical Greek philosopher credited as one of the founders of Western philosophy. He is known for his Socratic method of questioning and dialogue. Realism, this philosophy suggests that objects exist independently of our perception of them. Realists argue that the world is as it is regardless of human thought or perception. Aristotle, a student of Plato and a foundational figure in Western philosophy, he made significant contribution to logic, metaphysics, ethics, and natural science. William James, next is William James, an American philosopher and psychologist recognized for his work in pragmatism and functional psychology, emphasizes the connection between thought and action. Next, George Berkeley, an Irish philosopher known for his theory of immaterialism, which argued that objects only exist as perceptions in the mind. Next, Thomas Aquinas, a medieval philosopher and theologian who synthesized Aristotelian philosophy with a Christian doctrine, known for his work and ethics as metaphysics. Thomas Huxley, an English biologist and advocate of Darwin's theory of evolution, often referred to as Darwin's bulldog for his defense of naturalism. Next, John Dewey, an American philosopher and educational reformer associated with pragmatism and functional psychology, advocating for experiential education. Next, W.K. Clifford, so the exponents of naturalism: Democritus, Aristotle, Huxley, Darwin, Irwin, Lamarck, Spencer, Rousseau, Bacon, Hobbes. Exponents of pragmatism: Peirce, W. James, Dewey, Kilpatrick, Russell. Idealism: exponents of idealism: Socrates, Berkeley, Rawls, Plato, Kant, Fichte, Hegel, Gandhi, Vivekananda, Arvind Ghosh. Realism: Aristotle, Aquinas, Locke, Karl Marx. Metaphysics. Metaphysics deals with the nature of reality. Key concepts include naturalism. Nature is ultimate reality. Asserts that nature, including laws of physics and biology, is ultimate reality. Pragmatism. Reality is still in process. Suggests that reality is not fixed but is continually evolving based on experiences and practical consequences. Idealism. Mind, idea and spirit are true. Purpose that reality is fundamentally mental or spiritual, emphasizing the role of the mind is in shaping our understanding of the world. Realism. Real world is the world of nature. Argues that the real world exists independently of our perceptions and is the world of nature. Epistemology. Epistemology is a study of knowledge and belief. Important ideas. Senses are the gateways of knowledge. Sensory knowledge. Emphasize that knowledge is gained through the senses, which serve as gateways to understanding reality based on naturalism. Pragmatism. Knowledge is experience based. Suggests that knowledge comes from personal experiences and interaction with the world. Mind is treasure of knowledge. Mind as a repository. View the mind as a treasure trove of knowledge accumulated through experience and perception. Realism. Knowledge obtained through senses is real. Axiology focuses on values and ethics. No belief in values. Naturalism, no belief in values. In pragmatism, values are being changed. In idealism, values are eternal. In realism, values are permanent and fundamental. Values does not change. Fundamental principles. Naturalism. Naturalism alone is reality and is ready-made. Naturalism. Reality is based solely on the natural world. It is ready-made and can be understood through observation and scientific reasoning. The outlook is materialistic, emphasizing physical existence and essence of human life as animality. Ultimate reality is physical. Ultimate reality is physical. Essence of human life is animality. Pragmatism. Reality lies in process. It is still in process and not ready-made. Socialistic outlook. Reality is seen as a process. It is dynamic and not fixed. The essence of human life is practically focusing on what works and the utility of ideas and actions. Essence of human life is practicability. Ultimately, reality is utility. Idealism. Mind and thought are real. Mind and thought are central to reality. Ideas shape our understanding of existence. The ultimate reality is spiritual, emphasizing a higher non-material essence of human life and experiences. Essence of human life is spiritual. Ultimate reality is spiritual. Realism. Every reality is proved by observation, experience, experiment, and scientific reasoning. Reality is based on tangible, observable phenomena. It holds that every reality can be tested through experiences, experimentation, and reasoning. The ultimate reality is physical, rooted in the material world. Intelligence is significant to formulate concept. Essence of human life is experiences. Ultimate reality is physical. Naturalism. Belief in God. Does not believe in the existence of God. Does not believe in the existence of God. Existence of soul. Soul and God does not exist. Do not believe in values, soul, religion, or divine spirit. Values. Values are changeable and created by humans, varying with time, place, and circumstances. Physical and natural laws are universe. Universe is created by nature. The universe is created by nature, operating solely under physical and natural laws. Pragmatism. Believes in the existence of God to some extent, emphasizing practical implications. Believe in the existence of God to some extent. Next, existence of soul may not hold a definitive stance on the existence of the soul. Values are changeable and created by man. They change with time, place, and circumstances. No law is universal. Values are adaptable and depend on practical outcome, suggesting they can change with context but are useful for society. Universe is created by man. The universe can be seen as created by man through ideas and actions focusing on human experience. Next, idealism. Hold a full belief in God, emphasizing a spiritual dimension. Believe in the existence of the soul and a divine spirit. Values are eternal and immutable. Truth, goodness, and beauty are seen as constant ideals. Spiritual laws are universal. Universe is created by God. The universe is created by God, reflecting spiritual truth. Realism generally does not take a definitive position on the existence of God. Existence of soul may or may not believe in the soul, focusing instead on observable phenomena. In case of values, values are considered permanent and objective. Right and wrong should be taught based on universal principles. Universe origin. The physical universe is operated by natural laws which can be understood through observation and reason. These philosophical perspectives provide a framework for understanding differing views on existence, morality, and the cosmos. Educational principles. Naturalism. Nature is the base. The slogan is Follow the Nature. Emphasizes learning through direct experience and nature. Education, child centered, encourage students to learn from experience and experimentation rather than bookish knowledge, developing a natural curiosity in students. Child centered education opposes bookish knowledge. Pragmatism, society is the base. Emphasis is on physical and societal environment. The base is society, emphasizes on physical and social environment, stresses learning through experience and interaction with the environment. Education is experience centered and child centered, promotes practical skills through experimentation, preparing students for real life challenges by focusing on vocational and technical education. Idealism. Spiritualism is the base of education. Emphasis is on spiritual and moral environment. Is on spiritual and moral environment, values the development of the mind and spirit over material things. Teacher centered, with emphasis on moral and intellectual development through bookish knowledge. Cultivating moral and spiritual values, guiding students to become morally sound individuals. Realism. Realism. Preparation for complete and real life. The real world. Slogan, preparation for complete and real life. Advocates for understanding and preparing for the world as it is. Child-centered education, emphasis factual knowledge, skill and practical education, helping students adapt to reality but by equipping them with knowledge for practical life, vocational and technical education. Naturalism believes in negative education, advocates for negative education where children learn through direct experiences with minimal formal instruction. Emphasis on uncontrolled freedom of child. Emphasis on uncontrolled freedom for children to explore and develop naturally. Pragmatism believes in education based on experiences. Stresses education based on experiences, valuing hands-on experience and real-world applications. Emphasis on restricted freedom. Emphasis on restricted freedom, allowing children some independence within a guided framework. Idealism believes in positive education, supports positive education where learning aims to cultivate moral and intellectual development based on ideas. Emphasis on strict discipline. Emphasis on strict discipline to instill strong moral values and intellectual virtues. Realism, self-experience. Promote learning through self-experience where knowledge is grounded in the real world and observed facts. Emphasis on good discipline to follow rules and regulations of school. Emphasis on good discipline that encourages adherence to rules and regulations within educational settings. Each philosophy offers a distinct perspective on how children should learn and what kind of freedom and discipline is most beneficial. Aims of education. Naturalism. emphasis understanding phenomena through nature and the laws governing it, often rejecting supernatural explanation. Naturalism emphasizes individual development, personal growth, and self improvement in various areas of life. In pragmatism, focuses on practical consequences and real world application as the basis for meaning and truth. Dynamic development, continuous and adaptive growth, often responding to changing circumstances. Idealism centers on the belief that reality is mentally constructed or immaterial, with ideas being the primary reality. Character development, cultivation of personal virtues, ethics, and moral integrity. Realism, personal development, advocates for the representation of things as they are, emphasis objective reality and tangible experiences. Personal development, formation and evolution of one's personality traits and behaviors. Sensory development, enhancement enhancement of the senses and perceptual abilities crucial during early childhood. Social development, improvement of social skill, relationship, and understanding of social dynamics. Development of willpower, strengthening self control and determination to achieve goals. Development of insight and scientific attitude, fostering critical thinking, curiosity, and a methodical approach to understanding the world. Sublimation of instinct, channeling primal urges into socially acceptable behaviors or creative pursuits. Creation of new values, development of embracing new principles and ideals that guide behavior and decision making. Development of intensive senses, encouraging creativity and innovation in thinking and problem solving. Self thinking and decision making, enhancing the ability to think independently and make informed choices. Attainment of present and future life, balancing current well being with vision and planning for the future. Development of resourceful mind, cultivating the ability to adapt, think critically, and solve problems effectively. Simple living, high thinking, emphasizing a lifestyle that prioritizes values and intellectual pursuits over materialism. Socialist feelings, developing an awareness and empathy towards social issues, promoting collective welfare. Naturalism, autonomous development. This refers to self directed growth where individuals take initiative in their own learning and development. Pragmatism, social development. This involves enhancing social skills, understanding societal structures, and fostering community relationships. Idealism, spiritual development. This aspects focuses on nurturing one's inner self, values, beliefs, and connection to something greater than oneself. Personality development. This refers to the evolution of one's character, emotional intelligence, and interpersonal skill. Perfection of human machine. This concept may relate to optimizing human potential through education, training, and personal development. Creation of new values and ideals. This involves redefining or establishing new principles that guide behavior and societal norms. Development of moral sense. These aspects emphasizes the importance of cultivating ethics and moral reasoning in individuals. Societal values. This refers to principles that promote social ownership and democratic
control of resources, emphasizing community welfare and equality. Self expression, encouraging individuals to articulate their thoughts, feelings, and creativity in various forms. Social efficiency, this concept focuses on maximizing the effectiveness of individuals in society, ensuring that they contribute positively to communal and economic life. Self realization, this is the process of realizing one's potential, capabilities, and purpose in life. Art, art of living for complete life. This refers to the pursuit of a balanced and fulfilling life that encompasses various aspects of human experience. Adaptation to environment. This involves adjusting to and thriving within one's surroundings, including social, cultural, and physical environments. Adjustment with present and to change the present. This highlights the importance of being in tune with current realities while also striving for improvement and transformation. Next, preservation and development of culture. This involves maintaining cultural heritage while fostering growth and adaptation to contemporary context. Next, insight for self thinking and decision making. Encouraging critical thinking and autonomous decision making skills. Next, preparation for struggle of existence. This emphasizes resilience and adaptability in facing life challenges. Rich present life. This refers to living fully in the moment, appreciating the experiences life offers based on moral, spiritual, and intellectual values, highlighting the importance of a holistic approach to personal and societal development. Occasional and technical skills to earn livelihood. This aspect emphasizes the necessity of practical skills and education that enable individuals to secure employment and contribute to the economy. These concepts collectively reflect a comprehensive approach to education and personal growth, addressing not only academic skill but also moral, social, and emotional development. Methods of teaching. Methods of teaching. Naturalism, learning by doing, engaging students in hands-on activities to enhance understanding. Observation method, students learn by observing phenomena or practices. Playway method, learning through play, making education enjoyable and active. Direct method, focuses on teaching language through conversation and immersive experience. Heuristic method encourages self discovery and problem solving through exploration. Pragmatism, learning by activity, engaging students in hands on activities to enhance understanding. Project method involves students in projects that require planning, execution, and evaluation. And learning by experience, gaining knowledge through personal experience and reflections. Method of integration, connecting different subjects and disciplines to provide a holistic understanding. Inductive method, teaching that starts with specific example and build up general principles. Idealism, questioning method or storytelling method, encouraging critical thinking and engagement through questions or narratives. Dramatics, using role play and drama to explore concept and enhance engagement. Conversation method, facilitating learning through dialogue and discussion among students and teachers. Lecture method, debate, discussion. Lecture method, traditional approach involving one-way communication from teachers to student. Debate and discussion, engaging students in discussion to foster critical thinking and articulate arguments. Realism, inductive, deductive logic, moving from specific observations to general principles, inductive, or vice versa, going from a particular facts of sensory experience to the more general laws. Observation, analysis, synthesis, insight. Analysis and synthesis, breaking down information into parts. Analysis and combining them into form a whole, synthesis. Insight, explanation, providing clear and insightful explanations to facilitate understanding. Discipline, naturalism, uncontrolled freedom, total freedom without restrictions, which can lead to conflict. Discipline through natural consequences, a method of discipline where individuals learn from the natural outcome of their actions. In pragmatism, restricted freedom, freedom that is limited by laws or social norms to maintain order. Social discipline, the enforcement of rules or norms within a community to promote order and cooperation. Idealism, regulated freedom, freedom that is managed through rules and regulations to ensure safety and fairness. Self discipline, the ability to control one's own behavior and impulses to achieve personal goals. Realism, good discipline, discipline that is constructive and fosters positive behavior and growth. Social discipline, the enforcement of rules or norms within a community to promote order and cooperation. Teacher, naturalism. In naturalism, teacher plays behind the scene. Teacher is not to interfere with pupils' activity. In pragmatism, teacher has an important place. Teacher puts the pupils in the position of discover. In idealism, the place of a teacher is very high. Teacher guides, direct, suggests and control the nature of child. In realism, teacher must be educated and well versed with the customs of beliefs and right and duties of pupil and the trends of all ages and places. Guidance of hard realities of life must be able to expose problems of life and world. Curriculum, naturalism, emphasis on science and physical sciences, higher priority given to scientific knowledge over cultural aspects, focuses on occasional subjects related to the child's interests, abilities and aptitudes. In pragmatism, emphasis on practical knowledge and utility. Curriculum design based on integration, child's natural interest and experience. Important place to scientific. Incorporates subjects that have real world applications based on utility, integration, child's natural interest and experience. In idealism, emphasis on ethics and moral values. Important place to study, curriculum based on humanistic, moral, spiritual and intellectual values. Encourages exploration of subjects through the lens of idealistic principles based on humanistic, moral, spiritual and intellectual values. In realism, important place for scientific study and practical knowledge. Science emphasis on physical sciences. Occasional subjects. Subjects tailored to the ability and interest of the child. Emphasis on mother tongue subjects according to ability and interest. Focuses on tangible and observable phenomena in the learning process. Naturalism, broad-based curriculum, emphasis a holistic approach to education. Subject health science, physical education, science, physical and life, agriculture, occasional subjects related to nature and environment. Games, physical education, sciences, mathematics, social science, literature, music, etc. In pragmatism, focuses on practical learning. Curriculum designed to be relevant and applicable to real life situations. Subjects, languages, emphasis, communication skills. Social sciences, including practical applications in society. Mathematics, focusing on problem solving. Physical education, promoting health and teamwork. Art, including music and painting. Agriculture. Idealism, emphasis on ethics and values. Curriculum aimed at developing moral and intellectual virtues. Subject, ethics, moral philosophy. Literature, exploring human experiences and ideals. Social sciences, understanding human behavior and society. Arts and music, appreciating the beauty and culture. Realism, focuses on observable facts. Curriculum grounded in practical and scientific knowledge. Subjects, science, physical and life. Mathematics, social science, mother tongue. Occasional subjects, language. Evaluation of all schools of philosophy. Naturalism, child-centered, focuses on individual development. Curriculum according to nature and capabilities of students. Humanistic attitude towards learning, emphasis upon psychology, emphasis upon free choices. Key focuses, learning aligned with nature, student autonomy and practical experiential knowledge. In pragmatism, new concept of school, child-centered. Practical subjects, utility-based subjects based on needs of technology. Technical and occasional subjects, complete development, democratic outlook, progressive attitude. Key focuses on practical and experiential learning, problem solving and preparing students for real life challenges. Idealism, teacher-centered, morality-based, wider and higher aims, based on ideas and ideals. Universal education, restore dignity to man, self-discipline. Key focuses, intellectual and moral development, spiritual growth and pursuit of higher ideals. In realism, objective attitude, practical aims, realistic school organization, technical and occasional subjects, sense training, scientific teaching methods. Key focuses, emphasis on observable and tangible facts, preparing students to engage effectively with the real world. Demerits and criticism. Naturalism, too much freedom, too much emphasis on present, ignores textbook, no importance to teachers, not clear-cut aims, focuses on natural consequences, negative education. In pragmatism, do not believe in eternal values, opposition to spiritual values, no predetermined goals, negation of past, negation of humanities, anti-intellectual. Main concern is marketplace of daily life, overloading teachers. Idealism, Ideals and aims can neither be achieved. Neglect science and technology, teacher centered approach, theoretical methods, undue importance to teachers, difficult concept, neglect social aspect of life. In realism, too much emphasis on objectivity, emphasis on sciences, too much emphasis on facts, no place for intuition and meditation, no faith in eternal values and high ideals of life, ignorance of emotions and imagination, which are equally important in life, ignorance of spiritual aims.